Hello, my name is Rich Howard, owner of Architectural Builder Supply, and this video is to bring you a closer look at the Reese number 875A. This is a piece of, well, it's a piece of weather stripping is primarily what it is, but they call it hardware compatible, and we'll go over why in a moment. First and foremost, this is gasketing. This is perimeter gasketing that you'll use at the jambs and at the header of the opening. The 875 is representative of this profile. The 875 also infers that you're dealing with polyurethane as the insert. Polyurethane is possibly an insert that you don't have a lot of experience with, and that's because it's not very common. In my experience, it's not very common. Why is that the case? Well, it's costly. Why is it costly? Because it's incredibly high performance material. Polyurethane has the best sort of resistance when it comes to extreme temperatures, to exposure to ultraviolet, exposure to chemicals. It's very resistant to things that will attack it, fungus, things of that nature. Incredibly effective, incredibly flexible all the time, and very long lasting. That all conspires to make it not the least expensive insert, likely the most expensive, but it is the kind of insert that you can depend on to work for years. Incredibly tear resistant as well, and that's really how perimeter gasketing can fail, is that it's unintentionally damaged as you walk through the opening. Okay, it'll be a black urethane, and that's typical and common with this. The A in the part number means mill aluminum finish. So the aluminum portion is just the mill finish. You can order this in the C version, which is A for mill aluminum, C for clear anodized, D for dark bronze anodized, and G for gold anodized. Let's go over the dimensional properties of this now. Per the image below this video, it's listed at 1.5 inches of the aluminum, and then you've got, while it's not given, you've got about an additional 1/4 inch for the polyurethane, so you're an inch and 3/4 overall. Then the thickness is 1/4 inch, and that's listed there. Okay. Hardware compatible, what does that mean? It basically means this. Imagine an opening where you have a door and you have an exit device. Think about where you surface mount the strike for the exit device, and think about how that will conflict with the installation of standard hardware. Imagine this now. Run the entire gasketing completely long on the entire jamb, and then apply your surface-mounted rim or roller strike directly to the gasketing and then through into the frame. Hardware compatible means that you can attach hardware to this. Possibly a door closer, parallel arm bracket. You might need a spacer for that. Certainly rim exit device hardware. The point of it is it will allow you to have a continuous seal around a door opening, and not forcing you to have an interrupt where hardware is going to come and have to be installed. There's a link below this video to a document called Product Brochure that will show you a list of lots of different hardware compatible items. The solid bars that you see on the right hand side are, in my opinion, more appropriate for use when you're doing a hardware compatible installation. I would not want to have significant volume on a piece of hardware that's been drilled down into this. I could imagine where you're tightening those screws and deflect that ever so slightly. So a piece of the solid bar material is there for your review. Then you see a cross section in the upper right hand corner of what it looks like when you install a hardware compatible piece of weather stripping, and in that example it shows a door closer parallel arm bracket. All the different inserts are also listed there for all the different part numbers, and those part numbers actually change as the insert style changes. There is this item, as a result of what it is, does not come drilled at all. You are going to simply drill through this material and then attach it with the screws that are provided. Okay. This is listed in the site in every length from basically 2 foot to 8 foot. Longer lengths are available, but we don't list them in the site because of the cost to ship anything longer than 8 foot. If you have need for a custom length, by all means let us know by ordering the next longest piece or pieces, and simply indicate in the comment field the net length that you'd like for us to cut the material back to. Now the reasoning is you may not want to have to cut the material, is the bottom line. we will, if you already know what your pre-cut sizes are, we can trim that. Or you might want the material left a little long so that you can miter it so that it makes a even nicer fit, especially in a hardware compatible sort of opening where complete coverage is absolutely mandatory. So you might want to order the next longest piece, leave it long, and then miter it to suit on your two inside corners of the frame or whatever you're attaching it to. There is also a link to a document called Installation, which really measure, cut, install, those sorts of steps. Finally, there's a link below this video to the manufacturer's page where you can pull up not only all the Reese products that we sell, but a link to the manufacturer's website, along with a link to the full product catalog. If you have more than an occasional need for weather stripping, I would suggest that you familiarize yourself with the Reese line, or at least know where to find their catalog, perhaps bookmarking it. The summary of Reese is this, as according to me. If you want exceptional quality weather stripping, where if you were to compare standard Reese thresholds to other manufacturers' standard Reese thresholds, you'll find that the Reese product weighs more, meaning that the material thickness is thicker, and you can compare items side by side and get that wall thickness. That, to me, is certainly indicative of quality. It is also indicative of material that's going to be more capable of handling higher use. I'm also very partial to their dark bronze finish on their material. I find it a very elegant sort of dark bronze and unique to Reese. I'll use Reese every chance that I can get, but if it is a project where I'm specifying all the material, and let's say that it is high-end where you've got doors and electrified hardware and lots of volume, Reese is my 100% of the time go-to for weather stripping. I'm going to use that polyurethane. I'm going to go with dark bronze if I can. I'm going to use wide and heavy thresholds, and my experience of having gone through that tells me that the clients love it. So if you have more than an occasional need for weather stripping, check Reese out. They may not be known nationally because they are more of a regional company, being headquartered in Minnesota. But don't let that keep you from reviewing what they have. Everything as it pertains to thresholds, perimeter gasketing, door sweeps, automatic door bottoms, their front and center positioning of polyurethane tells me that they're serious about what they do because of how high performance that material is. And in that full product catalog, you can also do a search for polyurethane, and you will find listings of all the specifications of polyurethane, basically the catalog singing the praises of polyurethane. If you have any questions on the Reese number 875A, hardware compatible perimeter gasketing, or any other Reese product, please feel free to reach out to us. Thank you.